Sunday morning. Waking up to thank you, Mr. Jackson, for making that comment. It was that, and I saw that, and I went directly to the comments. And wow, I don't know what her problem is, but today's a random day, and I'm gonna start it off by I brought the scooter back out of hibernation, and these I started taking them off last night. These are the screws that I could not even see. I mean, it's just a little smoky. Like I said, to when I was still at Target, and I was starting to see things differently. But these are I could not even see these. But there's the, yeah, look at that. Yeah, I guess if I could afford to buy my medicine, I would have long been able to afford to have fixed this and not live so measly. Yeah, I'm really rich, aren't I? Oh, there it is. Oh. Uh-oh. Was there an accident? Oh, yeah, there was an accident, I guess. This whole area in the street right here has become increasingly more and more bad. I mean, like really, really bad. I somehow managed to kind of avoid at moments and sometimes the goings-ons and the shootings and everything. Like just late last year, we had a shooting over here up on the corner. So, and then people down on the street. Wow, it's just, yeah, I'm living in the life of luxury. I choose to live here. Time for a free bus. See, even here, some of the, and I normally don't do this, but some of the homeless here have really gotten very aggressive. They just panhandle in the street. And of course the police was right there, so they really can't do too much, I guess. But it's this intersection, this area of my neighborhood has gotten really, really terrible. See, the one thing that most folks don't realize is as abundant as we were here. So, as I was saying, as abundant that we had things here prior and even just close after I left the street. While this was starting and the whole nightmare and everything, things started shutting down. A lot of the pantries, mainly the pantries, even the Salvation Army thrift store was closed. And I had a couple of friends and I that had a voucher to get free clothes. Couldn't even utilize it. So that is another reason why a lot of these homeless folks, unfortunately, when they remember in Pasadena how good it was, and they just simply came by as passing through. And when you're always like that, you always remember the good cities and the bad cities, where to go and what not to get and where to completely avoid. They've just been coming in here and very aggressive. Once they were over on Lake, basically, and over in Hastings Ranch area, they've really started progressing over here to the west side, where, closer to the Rose Bowl, and we have Jackie Robinson, which, again, is limited. Even the little house where people donate free food, which started quickly being occupied by food, the little book community and neighborhood book shops that people build and put up. Those were starting to get quickly filled up with a lot of goods. Dry goods, actually, from the food drives that they were doing for the shut-ins and everything during the pandemic. If you're not over here in this area and you come to Pasadena and you think everything's free, you come over here and get free rent, free this and free that, that's another thing. California is even worse. And now as the weeks are progressing and the days are progressing, it's even worse. There's no housing. There's no vouchers. I mean, there's vouchers, but there's no housing.
Stop requested. Please use rear exit. Per federal law, all passengers must wear a face mask to ride Metro. Please keep a physical distance when possible.
Según la ley federal, se requiere el uso de una mascarilla para viajar en metro. Por favor, mantenga su distancia física cuando sea posible.
Up until prior to this fucking shit. So in that BS for early this morning, and I found some comments as I was trying to say, because you know who was over here. Castle Green is getting an uplift. And speaking of green, this is Green Street. As I said many a times, my favorite street in Pasadena because of the beautiful canopy. Pretty much all the way down to PCC. Way down there. And there's the other end. That's the freeway down over on that end. Well, today is alright, sorry, I'm using my Nikon and the batteries died. I am on my way to, well, today, first of all, is just a random day. Today is my daughter's birthday. I really made a big mistake. Keeping track is so difficult for me right now. I woke up this morning, texted her, and I saw the comment that Action Jackson, and I was like, what? Oh, thank you for that, by the way, or else I wouldn't have noticed what was going on. This is Stats, or was Stats. Copa de Vida, Doghouse. That's the old Pasadena livery stable. I am going to the convention center. There is a G.I. Joe Brickfest thing going on. Holy cow, the remodeling. Oh yeah, that's the old Bank of America. They left Pasadena a year or two ago. 2 years ago. Let's see. Pasadena livery. That's a Royal. So today is my daughter's 13th birthday. I wanted to get her something nice. Actually, I had mentioned a while back, I had wanted to since last year, but we were trying to save our money and blah blah, and everything fell apart and blah blah blah. And then this happened. Bit of a loss of an income. But I wanted to get her one of those lunchbox backpacks. And I had told my wife since last year that I wanted to, but I was looking to spend actually about 80 to 90 bucks for one. I wanted to get her something Disney that I had my eyeball on. I still have a couple of one actually that I'm pretty settled on that I want to get, but just can't afford it. I haven't changed the tire, you know. On the scooter says so much. Again, like I say, every morning it's card decline, and it's the same notices. I think maybe they just haven't shut off the internet because, I don't know, maybe it's just maybe they're just being nice, I don't know, but I really appreciate that. That's like That's $119.34 for the TV and the internet. Yeah, they get you in with those packages. You get the internet and TV for $49 up until the year ends up, and then you forget about it. So actually, I got to turn the cable off because it sucks. And just go with the internet. I spend more time on the YouTube watching and videos. All right, here we have the convention center. We have a lot of shows here. This was also part of the extended property for the Chalk Festival that we used to have here for Father's Day weekend, which my friend was doing it right here. I believe this was his, no, my mistake. It was this area. He had Danielson. He had a nice intro. I was very happy, and I'm still very proud of him, and I told him that. Homeless young man, and to see a homeless display his art and his talent over here was just unspoken and powerful. So, and here we have, yep, this is the G.I. Joe. Funny enough, someone I know used to work right in there at the visitor center. The Robo Toy Fest. It used to be just basically like this area right here, and then when word got out that they were going to extend this property and make it larger, well, I guess there was some skepticism, but anything to make this area really good. This is such a beautiful building, both outside, but even more so like these buildings are. Hey, it's KTLA. It's just beautiful inside, you know, with the old drapery and the velvet, everything, you know. So, and these extended areas are pretty cool. I think that used to be a Gap. I don't honestly remember, but they left, and it was vacant for a quick spell. And there was another shop on Colorado. When H&M said that they were going to come in, they tore down the wall in between and utilized this whole area as one big space. So there's an entrance here at the Garfield entrance and over on the Colorado entrance. El Cholo used to be over on Fair Oaks South, but they had moved over on this location. It's better. P.F. Chang's is one of the originals. This little place has been a lot. And then, of course, Great Maple. I kind of thought it was also actually kind of presumed that they may shut down. Barely 2 years they opened, and then they were have to shutter down. But the cool thing is that they since extended their outdoor park dining, because it was only before to that area where they built. So they have the permit to extend. It's turned off, but I love this little fountain. It's got otters in it. So even coming from Garfield right here on Union, you keep coming down this way. And if you walk either back and forth this way in a hurry, not paying attention, you will never notice the little peace of mind that awaits people. Okay, still here on Euclid on my left. This is the back of City Hall, Pasadena City Hall. Hey, it used to be up until a few years ago that you could come here and take photography. This actually was one of the best venues to do birthday shots, wedding, especially wedding. Quinceañeras did a lot of photography here. And of course, as anything, making a movie, you need a permit. But they didn't, I don't know what it was. I guess maybe they were seeing that they were losing revenue and people just coming in here and making videos and taking pictures. So you actually now have to get a permit. So, yeah, it's kind of a shame. That is the Centennial. I used to be part of, that was the old YMCA, as this building right here. Actually, right now, this building is in quite in controversy. Who owns it, who doesn't own it? They wanted to put take this whole park right here, also remove this memorial. They wanted to move this memorial to another location in Pasadena. So the presumed property owner, I guess, wanted to extend this whole area and turn it into a luxury upscale hotel with a little dining area, which didn't make sense, simply because if you're going to have something like that, then how are you going to deal with the fact that right across the street is homeless housing? And let me say that they have other friends that park and stuff here, so no. That would invite problems with the city and this establishment if it would have occurred. These folks, unfortunately, which I can't blame them, would have taken advantage of seeing dollar signs, and there would have been panhandling and there would have been conflict. And I even told some of my friends, and then if their plans would have gone through, they would have probably lobbied and pushed to have this building removed and these residents relocated, because that's just how the politics were working prior to this nightmare. And there's an encampment for a homeless person right there. And they actually had to put up all this chain link fencing because they went and investigated a couple of years ago that there actually were, in fact, indeed, people that were breaking in and living in there. And, you know, the fear is always, it's not so much as that, but it's illegal activity and, worst of all, fire. So I actually used to sleep in there for a while too. Playhouse District. As I said, that is the newest addition to the Playhouse District. Arcade. This is a beautiful place to walk through. Have breakfast here. Yahir's Cafe. And there's the other restaurant. Oh. until a few years ago, actually, when they lost accreditation, we were a home of Le Cordon Bleu. And Earth Cafe, busy as ever. Look at that. That's a beautiful day too. It is hazy because of the fires. And here is the Presbyterian, beautiful Presbyterian church. I love this bell tower. It used to go off. I honestly have not heard this thing go off in, I'd say, a couple of years.
Like, I'm the one that brings the tequila.
Parking, public parking, but it is at a bit of a premium. All over you'll find a lot of these housed parking garages and public open lots like this, but just to give you an idea. There's Kitchen United, the Mix, one that houses all the different restaurants. And back on Green, there's another beautiful, I believe this used to be the old Bell Pacific building. And then I went to the GE and whatever we were having at that time. This is one reason why it's so hard for me to tear away from this little tiny city, just because of its, for me, it's the architectural beauty that just keeps me here, honestly. I'd love to have this as a home.